Hi, good evening folks. Welcome to Blue and Gold Talk, the video on the channel. If you're new, that I usually throw random talk out there. Tonight a little different, guys. I'm going to give you my 7 reasons why I believe the Buffalo Sabres will eventually win the Stanley Cup. Yes, I'm going to say the Stanley Cup words that everybody thinks, oh my God, you're hexing us now, Wayne. And good Lord. Guys, why are we watching hockey for? To see that moment. That's what we're living and dreaming for when it comes to hockey. To see the Sabres hoisted eventually, right? So let's talk about it a bit. So I'm going to give you seven reasons. I got them marked here, and we'll talk about it. Number 7, I got historical success. And on my footnote I got here, I go, Sabres haven't won a cup yet. Notice I say yet. History shows that a team with rich hockey tradition and passionate fan base, because we are that, can achieve greatness. We just seen a team that was just struggling to get fans in the building years ago, just win the Stanley Cup, guys. The Sabres' history and commitment to excellence suggest that success is within reach. I guess not in so many words, maybe I'm being a little dramatic. I believe, guys, that success is within our reach now. Okay, now that we've went through the suffering stage of this. And I'll say it again, I believe the best years of our history lie in front of us now. I really do. I've seen them come so down. I've seen every playoff game in their history, and I can tell you that this is a team, I believe, that's headed to a Stanley Cup, and what a sweet Stanley Cup it will be when they win. So number 7, historical success. Number 6, resilience and experience. And if you're wondering why, I go, building a championship team requires overcoming challenges. And really, isn't that what we're doing right now? I mean, even our fan base is trying to overcome this negative persona that we have hanging over it, right? You know, I got the journey through the rebuild and growth can eventually lead to resilience and experience. And this is what I'm thinking, is like all this suffering that we've went through, guys, all the suffering we went through is going to be money in the bank on that Game 7 that night. You get what I'm saying? I firmly believe this. The night that we actually are in a series and we can wrap it up, it's Game 7, I don't care if it's on the road, we can bounce into this resilience and experience of the suffering that we went through for years. As a unit, as friends, now is our time to overcome all this together. So that's what I'm looking at. Number 6, you guys can put these in any order, except number 1. Number 1, I firmly believe I got right. Number 5, I got management vision. You know, the Sabres front office has been working towards a competitive team, making smart trades. We have been making smart trades, guys. Draft picks and strategic decisions. Really. I put strategies, but I mean strategic decisions should be really what I'm talking about. Management can steer the team in the right direction. I believe the management's good, guys. Sorry, guys, I got glue all over my hand, so if you see fluff all over me, it's because I just finished a floor. You know, if we're going to contend for a championship, guys, it's the vision of the management, though, that comes into play, right? If we have management that doesn't know what they're doing, and we've had that. Let's not forget, it's not the team that's jinxed, it was the stoop, and it's not the owner that's cheap and all these silly excuses. We've had the wrong general managers. I believe we have the right one now. I do. I would hate to see Adams get fired this year if we miss the playoffs. I would hate to see it, to be honest, because what are we going to do? Bring in another guy like Botterill? Really? That's going to try and bandage job it, and then we're back to square one again, guys. No, we built this team properly through youth. Let's stick with the plan, because now we're going to reap the rewards very soon. So that's what I got for number 5. I put management vision as the words. Number 4, you guys might like this one, fan support and motivation. I think the fan support's excellent. We have a passionate fan base. I think the Sabres have a passionate fan base. I think you'd all agree to that. We hate losing. Meanwhile, we've been through it for 13 years and we're still here, as stubborn as hell. I go also, though, this is important. I got the fan base in Buffalo provides a strong home ice advantage. a strong home ice competitive team advantage, really. I put a whole bunch of other stuff here. I put by making trades, draft picks, strategic decisions again. And I was talking about that here. But the passionate fan base in Buffalo, a strong home ice advantage is what we have to, that's what we have to establish this year, guys. We have to establish we're a good home team. That's something we haven't done even in the Granato era. We haven't proven we're a good home team yet. This has to be the year, okay? And the support from the community can boost the team morale. This is what I was talking about last video, guys. Let's not run it down. You never know which player might be needing a pick-me-up and watch some random Buffalo Sabres video, and then they go and they read all these negative comments. And what do you think that, you know? So I would leave it like that. So I got that as number 4. Fan support. I got to mention the fans. The fan support is motivation for the Sabres, especially if we become a good home team this year. We'll see. Number 3, improving the depth, guys. Improving the depth. Sabres are working to rebuild a solid team foundation. I mean, I didn't put much about this. Effective coaching can help the potentially young players and instill a winning mentality. I mean, really, isn't that what it's about? You know, you're going to get a veteran coach like Lindy to come in and teach these kids that losing's unacceptable. Even if you lose, it's still unacceptable. And you get off that wagon and you go to the next game and you got to win that one. You've got to bury the loss as quick as possible and move on. What do all great teams do? They always bounce back after a loss. Most of them. I don't see many teams that have won a Stanley Cup have a 6-7 game losing streak during the season. It doesn't happen. I can't even think of the last time I've seen that happen. Just a long losing streak and they still wind up winning the Stanley Cup. Although Edmonton last year came damn close to me eating those words right now. So number 3, improve depth. Improving depth, improve depth. Call it what you want. I guess I'll call it improving depth because we have been improving the depth of this team as they continue to develop. Now we're getting some pieces that we're putting in there in the bottom 6. We're improving the depth, right? All right, number 2, development and coaching. Now we've been focusing on player development, and a supporting coaching staff is really going to help that, okay? They've been working how long, guys, to build a good team foundation in Buffalo? It feels like forever, right? It really hasn't been. Since Adams has taken over, guys, he really had to start from scratch. You've seen the mess we were in. When he took over a disaster with probably the worst coach in NHL history coaching us. And this is why Botterill had to go. I mean, he thought it was a smart idea to bring in Kruger, you know? Effective coaching can harness the potential of young players, I got here, and instill, again, that winning mentality, guys. I mean, the winning mentality, I can't stress enough. But I don't think they have a losing mentality in our dressing room. I just think we've had some rough luck, a little misdirection along the way. And right now, we just got to be really, really patient as fans and see what happens this year, because I really believe this year things are going to really change for the good. If the Sabres have a bad year this year, I'll be stunned, guys. I will be. I'll be so distraught, really. It's like, come on, you know, like, come on. And number 1, guys, let's get this up there for that one. All right. I will put this here on the table for that one. And the number 1 thing, guys, is a strong young core, which we have. We do. Sabres been building a talented young roster for years now with high draft picks. I talked about this in the last video, and promising prospects. This is everything. I kind of laid it out. I put Quinn, Power, Cousins, our potential to become stars, lead the team to success. Hey, let's not forget Peterka. I mean, there's a whole bunch of names I could put here. But these are kind of the mainstays, guys, that we need them to have good years. We need Owen Power to have a good year, which he's young. He's developing still. Let's not forget that. So Owen Power, you know, Dylan Cousins needs to bounce back. And Jack Quinn, we need a full season out of Jack Quinn, guys. So number 1 reason for me, guys, to get this baby under our belts is a strong young core. And that's what we have. So let me just, I'll put this down now. and wrap it up, guys. So as we move forward into the season, these are just, and if there's anything I forgot, I just forgot. I mean, there's probably some stuff I forgot I could have put on that list, you know. I was very tempted to put number one, the Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup, but I stressed that last video. I don't want to overkill with it. But the strong young core, every championship team eventually that wins Stanley Cups always has a strong young core, and I believe the Sabres do. I mean, don't most of you guys, I'm sure you agree with that, at least for especially the fans who are doubting the team and everything already. You can't deny the fact the talent's there. It just got to give it a kick in the rear end, and hopefully this year everything turns out right. You know, I've seen this in the past, guys. I've seen teams struggle during the year. Frustrated during, like last year, guys, how frustrating was that year? You guys know it. And we still wind up winning, you know, going a few games over 500 in a season like that, where it seemed like nothing went right. Nothing went right. That, you know, it seemed everything just drove me nuts. It was that kind of year. We couldn't get any consistency going all year long. And we all knew Granato basically had coached his last game. I think most of us knew by the end of the year, we got to make a coaching change or else we are going to waste this young core. So now we got the veteran coach, see what happens. And those are my 7 reasons, guys, why I believe we're going to win the Stanley Cup eventually. See you guys soon.